Yaso.
Yaso. Yeah.
That's hello in
Greek. We are officially on Greek ground.
We're in Athens.
Check it
as
out.
You can see behind us.
So we have a really, really beautiful panoramic view
Of the entire city.
It's gorgeous. Today it's minus 48 checking in, episode 29. Holy cow!
It's the 18th
of June.
Yeah. So today we
traveled our brains out.
Straight travel. We went on the ferry, which turned out to be 16 hours, 16 or 17. And we met our friends, which you saw in the last episode. That was a lot of fun. And then we kind of passed out a little bit later, woke up, and got off and so we're waiting in line to take the bus to so we land in Patras. We still need to get to Athens, which is 2.5 hours away roughly. So we're waiting for the Patras bus, which is going to take us to the bus station. Then we get a bus to Athens, right? So, Rach, what happens when we're standing in line?
We're standing in line, just got off of a 16-hour ferry. We're tired, we're hot, and these guys come up to us and they're, oh, beautiful girls, most beautiful girls. Here's the deal. If you take the train with us or take this, then it'll be cheaper. And just trying to convince them, and we were like, no. And they went up to every group of people coming on to get onto this bus, and no one went with it, obviously.
Yeah, they wouldn't leave us alone.
But it's just so frustrating.
Well, this is the start of a very climactic day.
We had a day.
So we take this bus to the station, and then we buy tickets straight to direct Athens, which is really nice. We don't have to do any transfers. So we get to the bus. The guy selling us the tickets go to that bus. We get to that bus, and the bus driver's tweaking out.
We started putting our bags underneath. He's like,
no, stop!
No! And he's
Jesus.
Out.
Okay. And then he's walks by me, and I've got a little bag of delicate stuff tied onto my backpack, and he feels at it.
Really
he's
weird.
Touching it, and then I look around at him and I give him a look.
And he's like,
okay.
What?
So that was really bizarre. And we took the bus, and then he finally let us put our luggage on after a little bit. I don't know what the big deal was. And then we got on.
We got to Athens.
It was a pretty uneventful ride. Everyone was pretty loud, but it's
nice
okay.
views of the sea.
Yeah, so pretty.
We're really excited for
Greece is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so crazy beautiful. So then we get off.
Strange and wonderful. Sorry, just a song. So we get off, and we're looking for information, and we go up to the information booth. There's this group of 6 guys, probably our age, standing 10 feet behind us or so. And we think...
We'll start it in order. So we're asking our directions, and she gets a phone call, and she's kind of flustered. I don't remember if there was another phone call, if she put it down and put it back.
Yeah, she did.
And she's giving us directions, but not really. She's telling us the address we're showing her doesn't have a street name, and I was it's Dioxis or whatever. We're it's this one. She's is it in the main city or is it right by the port? And we're we don't know. All we have is this address. And then we show her on Google Maps, and she can't figure it out. She picks up this phone, and then she starts screaming.
She looks at the group of guys behind us.
At the top of her lungs, screaming. Puts the phone, because there's a glass between us, puts the phone up to the glass. He's banging on the glass.
We're right there.
And we jump out of our skin. We're oh my God, what is happening? It was the weirdest thing. We theorized they were prank calling the information desk because they had a phone. And they were all hovering around it.
It was really weird.
Oh my God, we're terrified because she keeps going back and forth between not giving us directions and just telling us that we don't have any information for her, and then screaming at these guys across the way. It was the strangest interaction. We've already kind of dealt, we're all very on edge right now. Just anything can kind of mess us up right now. So that I walked away. I'm oh my God. I'm what just happened? Tweaking out. And, so we go to the taxis, and they redirect us to the front of the line. They're all looking at this address we have no idea where this
It's by
is.
the General Hospital. Like, it's very
Yeah,
clearly
like
a metro station. We're like, just get us to the metro station.
Yeah, like just this hospital
So
or
this
whatever.
guy comes up to us, who we like figured was like the guy figuring out taxis for
Yeah,
like tourists.
he's like directing tourists or which people to go to which taxi.
So we're showing him, and he's like, "Oh, okay, you know, blah blah blah. Go up to this car." So we're walking up, and this taxi pulls, like, one of the taxi drivers opens his car, and he's like, "No, come with me." And he's like, "Put your luggage in the back." And we're like, "What's going on?" And the other guy runs up to him, and they're like yelling at each other for a little bit, and then he comes over, and then he points out on the map, like, "Okay, like take, here's how you get there, blah 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 blah." So we're like, okay,
weird
so
interaction.
we thought that the first guy,
Was
like we
just,
said,
like, in
figuring
charge
out,
of-
like, he was designating people to their taxis, because he gave this guy directions.
So
we're on the taxi.
And this guy's like, he's really nice, but he's really like overbearing. He's like, protect your wallet, be safe here. Like, there's like, be careful here. You really need to be careful. And then another guy got in our taxi, and we were like, what?
Yeah.
And so he gets out of the taxi at his stop, and the taxi driver's like, watch your bags, watch your bags, watch your bags, like freaking out at us. And so we're like turning around, craning to make sure he doesn't take our bags, which I didn't know we had to be worried about, but apparently we do. He didn't take our bags. And then, what does he say?
So then we're like driving for a little while, and he's like, "So who's that boy you guys were talking to?" And we're like, "Boy?" Like,
What boy?
You know, and the taxi driver's like 40, and then we're like, and he's like, the guy that was like pointing you, and we're like, that middle-aged man, like the same age as you? We're like, well, he was showing us which taxi, and he's like, no, he's a civilian, he steals he makes work bad for us.
But he's like, if you would have taken his taxi, he would have stolen all of your stuff.
And he was like making it sound like, too, that he's like, this guy is like a civilian who goes and like gets the tourists to go on these taxis with him, and they like way overcharge him, possibly take their stuff. So it was like a good thing that this happened, but it was like,
but we're like,
what?
you were talking
and he's talking to
him.
us like we know this. We've been in Greece for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of bothers us lately, is that everyone expects us to like know. Like, oh yeah, you go over here, like, obviously. Like today, oh wait, well, we'll get to it, but okay, so he directs us to like where our apartment is. Okay. So we buzz up, we find the last name of the guy we're renting from. We buzz up, we get up there, and what happens?
And he's like, you're late. We're like, okay, our ferry ran an hour late. We did every single thing in our power to get here now.
We're
here.
as
I warned you, we will be here sometime after 4 o'clock.
him.
I don't know when, because we don't even know how to get there. And he's like reaming us out in the hallway.
It was really awkward. He's like, you didn't get my message. You didn't like message me or whatever, which we did.
And he's like, you didn't call? And we're like, we don't have phones.
We don't have phones. My phone's broken. Rachel's phone doesn't function here in Europe. So he's like literally tweaking out at us. And what we were supposed to do originally was get the keys from the bakery.
Because he was at work at the time when we were originally supposed to be here.
Right. Since we were so late, we figured he would be here. So we buzzed up, and he's like, well, I don't have the keys. So it's like,
you need to get them from the bakery.
Yeah, he's like, you need to go get them from the bakery.
Well, no, he's like, well, now I need to go get them. And I was like, well...
And we're like, no,
you know what, we can do it.
it.
And he's like, well, you girls have your bags and everything. And I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'll go get it. Figuring him as a gentleman would have been like, with our,
like, I'll go get it.
It's
like,
okay,
he knows where this bakery is, obviously.
And he's like, all right, go.
Keys.
So he's pointing us there. We go and get the keys.
Yeah, he gives us like these like blatant direction, like, just go down that street, like, and you should find it. So we get the keys.
And it was fine. He came up. He's just kind of like a wormy.
He was like we're trying to like fiddle with the keys. He's like, no, it's obviously this key. Like, just being like kind of sassy about it. And we were asking him how to say thank you and hello in Greek. And he's like, well,
you won't know how to say
you
it.
can't do it because it's in Greek.
He's just so rude to us.
Like, we can try. And we were like, what's the name of the bakery? And he's like, well, it's in Greek, so you won't know it. So he didn't even tell us. We're like, you could like write it down, like something. We've decided, we officially understand the phrase, it's all Greek to me.
Because you literally look at it and you have no idea how
There's
to
no
begin
deciphering.
it.
Because like I can I'm like familiar with like Greek words because like I'm in a sorority, but just because like L is lambda doesn't mean in the word like
you say lambda.
You don't like spell out each word, so I don't know how. I don't know.
So
we need you
someday.
Danielle.
Yeah.
We've had kind of a rough day. It's a really hot apartment,
But it's nice. The apartment's good.
Yeah.
We're here until for like 5 more hours, and then we catch the other ferry to Santorini.
yeah, we're
Begin
waking
our
up
adventure.
at
We're
5.
really excited. We're
Yeah,
not gonna
we're
let this
so
get us
stoked.
down.
No,
We just
no.
need the event.
We're gonna get to Santorini. We're gonna get to our hostel and immediately go to the beach for some well-deserved downtime
Yeah.
and chill out.
So
Anyway,
be thinking of us tomorrow on our ferry.
yeah,
We miss you all.
we'll be
We'll
good.
get through it. It's all good.
We'll have much more upbeat, positive attitudes when we get back to you tomorrow.
Yes. Top of the manhole to you.
Thanks for stopping by.